listen, make sure that God has gone before you. Make sure, in other words, that God is backing you. Okay? Y'all make sure. Why? Because if you don't, then you'll end up trying to do a thing and not see progress and not see success. Listen, in Psalms 127, it says this: if God does not build the house, then those that labor will labor in vain. That means what? If you're not acknowledging God as he has asked us to do, God says what? Trust in him with all of our heart and lean out to our own understanding, but in all of our ways we are to acknowledge him. Then he will direct our path. If we're not doing that, then we'll find ourselves in a place where God never called us to be. We'll find ourselves in a place where our feet has treaded, and we're like, why we don't see any fruit? Why we don't see any rivers flowing? Why we don't see any smoothness in this thing? Why is there frustration in this? And the reason why is because what? We're in the wrong place. And sometimes you could be in the right place, but at the wrong timing. So God is saying, make sure that he has what? Your support. Make sure that he is the one that has guided you, right? That he's the one saying, hey, Wilsonja, go for it. Hey, Billy, go for it. Hey, Sarah, go for it. I got you. That means he's gone before you. That means what? He has indeed established the house. He has built the house. Now God said, whatever you do concerning the house, whatever you do concerning the marriage, whatever you do concerning the business, whatever you do concerning your children, whatever you do, whatever, in other words, you're putting your hands to do, now you will see that it will prosper, as God says, that whatever you put your hands to do, that it will do what? It will prosper. But first, God has to go before you. God has to establish you in that thing. And a lot of times we want God to establish something after we've already gotten started. And God said he's not going to build on top of a foundation that is already cracked from the beginning. That's why God has got to be your foundation first. He got to start it out first. He got to start it first because his rock is solid. There's no cracks in God's foundation. So you can build upon it. And so no matter what comes your way, when God has established a thing, you ain't got to worry about failing. You ain't got to worry about your business going under. You ain't got to worry about your marriage going under. You ain't got to worry about your children going under. You ain't got to worry about your health going under. In other words, why? Because you have given God the wherewithal to be your foundation, okay? So I'm telling y'all today, listen, acknowledge God first in everything. This is something I had to learn and continue to learn. Because a lot of times we'll think that we know it all because something else has been prosperous, and we'll go try a different thing, another thing, and say, well, I know how to do it now, God, I don't need your help. No, God, I need your help on this one too. Even though I have 3, 4, 5 other businesses, God, I need your help on the 6th business. I need your help on the 7th business. I need your help on the 10th investment. I need your help, God, on this 2nd marriage. God, I need your help on this 3rd marriage. I know you've been married 2 or 3, 4 times, but on the 5th time, you still need God. I'm telling you, still need him. No matter what you're embarking upon, God has got to be the foundation, no matter what it is. If you're trying to start a bubblegum shop, God better be the foundation. You get what I'm saying? No matter what you're wanting to do, whether you want to lose weight, acknowledge God. Acknowledge him. Why are we acknowledging God in all our ways? Because he's the one that has the strategic method of what we have to do. Because if we do not acknowledge God or seek him for his methods, for his way, then as God said in 127, he said that we'll labor in vain. We'll work ourselves silly. God said, you working hard when you should be hardly working. Let me do all the work. Let me do all the heavy lifting. You just come in and just relax. God said, let him do all the pushing. You just receive the birthing. You just receive the gift. That's what God wants for us. He said, it is in him that we live, we move, and have our being. So that means what? We're not supposed to be trying to do anything. I'm being honest. We should not be doing heavy lifting. If it seems like you're working too hard, if you're working too hard to receive success, then that means what? You're carrying the load. And God said, all of ye that are laboring who are heavy laden, he said, come unto him. He said, why are you heavy laden? Why are you laboring like that? Why are you working yourself like a slave? He said, I have called you to be free. He said, whom I have set free, you're free indeed. So he said, why are you working like you're under Pharaoh? Why are you carrying them bricks like that? He said, you're not under that type of suffering no more. You're not under that bondage anymore. So why are you still working like you're still in Egypt? God said He's already delivered you out of that bondage. He's already delivered you out of heavy lifting. He said, now He's the one. He said, take upon you His yoke and His burden. Why? Because His yoke is easy. And His burden is what? Is light, which means whatever you're doing, when God is backing you up, God is saying it should be smooth. It should be easy. Will the enemy try to come over and startle you? I'm not saying that you're not going to hear any bad news. I'm not saying that things not going to be a hiccup. I'm just saying that when the hiccups come, when the frustration tries to come, you'll be cool as a cucumber. As cool as a cucumber. Because you know God got this. God didn't bring me to this to lead me. God didn't bring me to the Red Sea to allow Pharaoh to conquer me. God didn't lead me to this water for it to drown me. God didn't lead me to this water for it to overtake me. God said He will take me through the waters. Right? Isn't that what He said? He'll take us through the waters and it will not drown us. It will not overtake us. He will take us through the fire and it will not burn us and it will not scorch us. Right? He's our fortress and our what? Our refuge. In Him we're going to trust. And His trust, His truth is our shield and our buckler. In Him we are full covered. We have full coverage of His feathers, right? Under His wings, we're going to always trust Him. So God is saying if you're working too hard, then that means that you're trying to carry the load, that you're trying to do it. And God said that's not how it works. God said let Him build the house so that your labor will not be in vain. In other words, let Him establish your footing so that your labor will not be in vain. So seek Him today. Trust in Him with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. I don't care how many degrees you got. I don't care how many educational degrees you got. I don't care how much experience you have. God said, lean not to your own understanding, but in all of your ways, acknowledge Him. And then He's going to direct your path. He's going to build the house. He's going to establish your footing. And then you'll see when you put your hands to work, you will see indeed success. I hope y'all got this. But if you didn't get it, rewind this thing and watch again. Because I want nothing but success for you. Because God said His plans for us is so that we prosper and that we have an expected end. That's success. So I want that for you. Just like I want it for myself. I want for my brother and my sister what I want for myself. And that's what God has promised us. But there are actions that we have to take. There's a part that we have to play. There's some laws of God that we have to abide by. And that is acknowledging God first, so that He will guide us and lead us, okay? Now listen, if you didn't get it, rewind and watch again. But in the meantime, in between them, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have to mess a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.